Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is July 9th, and right now we are looking at the visible satellite imagery. Waking up this morning here in Ritzville, Washington. A little bit of smoke outside, hoping it doesn't mess with my dust devil chase too much. Should be home tomorrow to do my regular briefing, so looking forward to that. There is some smoke bubbling around out here across some of north central Oregon as well. And if I put that back and forth, you can kind of see it moving around a little bit there. You can see Lake Chelan kind of filled up with the smoke there from the Pioneer Fire, another fire going across some of the Cascades here. And you can see the marine tongue all the way down across southwest Oregon here, but otherwise pretty darn right clear skies here across much of the region. One more very warm day here west of the Cascades, and we're going to cool down a little bit. We'll dive into those details as we go through the video here this morning. Taking a look at the west coast here, I mean, this looks like a gender reveal party gone wrong across the west coast. I mean, look at this, just pink, orange, dark red, all kinds of heat stuff going on all the way from British Columbia all the way down across California, Nevada, and Arizona. What an impressive heat wave for the west coast of North America. Taking a look at Seattle today, talking about some mid-90s showing up out there. Look at Tacoma and Olympia, Chehalis 98, again North Bend at 99. And yeah, interesting stuff. I mean, Stevens Pass, 90 degrees. Is that right? That's an incredible temperature there. Darrington, perhaps 101 degree into one of the interior valleys there as well. So taking a look at Medford, Oregon, they are talking about the smoke impacts here. And, just kind of watch out. If you're out and about in that, don't spend too much time outside if you can. There are some new fires there burning across some of Northern California. And here we go with Seattle yesterday, 95 degrees, again, tied. Yes, I think it was tied the all-time record high. We're probably going to break the record high today. It was 93 set back in 2010. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3 days in a row of record high temperatures. Are replacing that 2010 impressive heat wave as well. No precipitation, none in the immediate forecast as well. We only average about 0.6 of an inch for the month of July for SeaTac. And again, 95, that broke the old time. Actually, it tied. So it did tie the all-time record high for the day there in 2010. And the Weather Forecast Office in Seattle, 91. That's a new record. Olympia, 99. Quileute, 87 degrees, broke their old record of 82. Portland, Oregon, 102. Smashed their old record there. Vancouver by 1 degree, Hillsborough by 2, and you can see Salem by 3, and Eugene blew away their previous record high by 7 degrees. That's an amazing accomplishment there, set back in 1905. And now this is for Pendleton here. You can see Redmond, Oregon, Dallasport, Hermiston, a lot of places across Pacific Northwest setting all-time record highs. Medford, Oregon, demolishing their old record high in 1952, 108 degrees there yesterday. And here we go for Wenatchee, tied, and Spokane got to 100 degrees yesterday officially, broke their all-time record high for the day of 99. And taking a look here, this is that weather station I've been talking about. Go back to a video a couple days ago if you want to click on that link down below to save 10% off. You can scroll in here and look at all these individual weather stations here across the Portland metro area. You can click on these individual locations as well and get all kinds of cool data here. You can see when the last lightning strikes. You can correlate between the stations if you want. And it stores a lot of data for you in the cloud. So yeah, impressive station. Highly recommend it. Now, taking a look at what is going on here, of course, we got the ridge over top of us all the way up into British Columbia here, and this has been giving us our very warm weather. And if we put this into motion, you can see that ridge axis move off to the east there. So it's going to give one more warm day here for Seattle and Portland and Vancouver, BC, for example, but then that is going to be sliding off to the east and allowing for a little bit of a cool down here. We'll take a look at those temperatures here in a moment. But if I scroll off into the future, you can see we don't really have any kind of big dramatic system rolling in here that's going to give us a gigantic cool down by any means. We are going to stay probably above average as we go on into the upcoming weekend here. But let's take a look at the GFS that goes out 384 hours, and you can see that ridge shift to the east still hangs on for a bit. We're going to be above average probably through the weekend here. You can see is not much going on in the meantime. Here we start to head towards mid-June. And if we go out far enough here, 180 hours plus, you can see the next system rolling across the Gulf of Alaska. That would be quite glorious here. That would really cool us down here across a lot of the area and bring some gusty winds with it as well, especially across the higher terrain, perhaps kicking up fire danger. But we will see how that trends because we're looking at 200 hours out there in the GFS. So something fun to to watch, just purely fantasy at this point. And again, the signature of our heat waves here across Pacific Northwest is the thermal trough, and you can see it up all the way across Vancouver Island as we go through the day today. But you'll notice that is shifting off to the east there. Very subtle feature, and we start to build a bit more high pressure here off the coastline, and that'll kick some of this onshore flow, cooling us down a bit here as we go towards the end of the week. Looking at Seattle, I mean, the GFS ensemble hasn't been doing that bad. I don't think we're going to hit 100 today, but I'm almost surely going to beat that record high temperature of 93 today. Probably headed towards the mid 90s, maybe 96, 97 degrees for SeaTac if I had to guess. And then you can see us remaining warm here as we go through the upcoming weekend here. So no immediate big cool down showing up even in the GFS ensemble members. This is looking at the GFS for Portland, probably headed towards 100 degrees again today, and then that cool down coming in as well. This has been Municipal. Very warm days coming up here, as you can see, as we go on into the weekend. This is Spokane, perhaps 101 today and tomorrow before a little bit of a cool down there Thursday, but still remaining warm. And Tri-Cities, one of the hot spots here across the region. Check it out, approaching 110 degrees today and tomorrow, and 100-degree days perhaps all the way through the weekend. Looking at total precipitation in inches on last night's GFS. So again, this goes out 2 weeks, and I'm just going to push play here, and we're just going to roll through this information, and you can see maybe it's something after the 200 hours out there, but not much. It is our dry season here, folks, and we're not talking about a lot, and that's looking 16 days off into the extended forecast. So got to take that with a grain of salt. And if I scroll back towards 150, 160 hours, you see not much precipitation expected. And if we take a look at the wider view of that same map here, North America, you can see we're really one of the driest places in the Northern Hemisphere during this time of year. It is our hot and dry season here across the Pacific Northwest. 6 to 10 day, I believe I showed this yesterday as well, that above average signal continues to exist. Maybe some monsoon moisture returning to the southwest, but a below average signal here across an already very dry Pacific Northwest at this time of year. This is fire danger, so this is for today, and notice some of these areas across eastern Washington. We're looking at some low risk right now, but the moderates are intent. That does include the Seattle Metro down towards the Portland Metro, but look at tomorrow. You can see as we start to kick up these winds a bit here, we're going to be in a critical burn environment, and that's really going to bring that fire potential for some of eastern Washington, eastern Oregon here as we go on into the day tomorrow. So that onshore flow will start to return, and we're going to bring that fire danger with it. But anyway, yeah, I'm in that hotel here in Ritzville. We're going to do a little dust devil chasing today. Hopefully the smoke won't be too bad, because otherwise conditions look prime for some big dust devils out here. And yeah, so anyway, click that subscribe button down below too. As far as YouTube channels go, I do pretty well here on this channel as far as amount of people that are subscribed, that watch the page. But you know, it's free to click that button, so go ahead and do so if you haven't done that yet and you're enjoying these videos. And otherwise, well, should be home tomorrow, and I should be picking up my normal briefings then, so I will talk to you guys then, and hope you're having a good day otherwise.